tuning in to D4 Sports, Day Drinking with Don and Dustin. I'm Don.
And I'm Dustin, and we're bringing you sports talk from around the world and drinking tips to make every game a winner.
We appreciate you checking out our podcast. So now,
live from Lubbock, Texas,
and London, England,
this is D4.
Welcome, everyone, to D4 Sports Day Drinking with Don and Dustin, episode number 82. It is the 8th of January in 2026. And I have to say, Dustin, I was thinking about this, and I'm sure you've got a long list of New Year's resolutions that you have no doubt kept, assiduously all so far in this first week of 2026. But I was thinking, for all the people who have committed to listening to every episode of D4 Sports in 2026, the good news is you're still on track. You haven't missed it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've got right.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if I made any resolutions this year.
No, really?
My resolution is to not make a resolution, and so far, I'm on track.
So yeah. So are you a New Year's resolution guy, or are you like not a New Year's resolution guy?
I have been.
You have,
but I mean, there wasn't anything this year that really stuck out to me. Mainly for the reason.
How do you improve? How do you improve on that? And ladies and gentlemen, I just for the record, we haven't decided yet how this is going to go, but we are actually doing a video recording for the first time ever. So you might be looking at Dustin Patterson's lovely face right now. And to that, I would say, how do you improve on that? And if this is just audio, because we couldn't figure out technically how to make it video, let me just tell you, you wish you were looking at him right now.
Oh, improvement can be done so many ways. But
side note.
I have realized that I don't typically tend to stick to the resolutions like most
well, nobody
people.
Does.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So why make it if I'm going to fail at it every time?
Yeah, see, I my mom was like psycho about New Year's resolutions, to the point where she would, starting in like October, she would put things off until January because, in the new year, I'll do that. And I was like, well, Mom, we got 3 months of the year left, but whatever. But so we were always kind of a big resolution family. And I am a very natural, I'm a very big believer in like the cycles of life. And though, yes, it is arbitrary, right? Like, why start January 1st other than the calendar's a new year? I don't know. I do think it is good. Now, having said that, I didn't set any goals for myself this year.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
Actually, well, I take that back. I do have some goals for myself, but I didn't really set hard and fast New Year's resolutions. So,
right. And I think there can be that difference, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, at least, on January 8th, I'm not saying 2027 is my year. So I'm happy about that.
There you go. Yeah. Well, hey, yeah. I mean, if you're already putting stuff off to next year, that's pushing it a bit,
Right.
I was, again, I work at my day job in big corporate, Fortune 100 company. And it was really nice starting about the 12th or 13th of December to already start seeing people scheduling meetings for January 10th and January 12th. And I'm like, all right, we're done for the year. So anyway, but alas, that is starting again. And given that my company, of course, is based in the United States, we have a kickoff call, which for us here in London, lovely London, dreary, gray, raining, awful weather London, is not until 7:00 tonight. So, that makes us feel important.
That's fun.
They've clearly scheduled it at a time where they're thinking, well, let's make sure other people in Europe can join.
It's a good time.
And of course, the people in Singapore, who are another 8 hours on at like 3 a.m., they feel valued.
Well, of course.
Yes.
Very much so. Well.
All right. Well, here, go ahead. Don't mean to cut you off.
Feel free. Start us off.
Yeah. I was going to say, here we are, January of 2026, new year. You know, we haven't been here for a while. We took an extended break over the holidays. We recorded actually on Thanksgiving Day, though we did have a lovely time together, I think, in Texas for Christmas. Got to be there with the whole family and all that. So a good time. Any top stories you want to relate from family Christmas in Texas?
No, it was a good time. Missed my oldest being there. She got sick, and just felt it wise not to bring her and get everybody else sick, since there was about 30 people there.
Yeah.
Just trying to be safe, and she felt like she missed out, which, I mean, she did. But no, it was a good time. Can't complain about it. It was good to see family.
Yeah, no, it was nice. Like you said, a lot of people cycling in and out. By the way, your efforts to keep people from getting sick were completely unsuccessful, as Claire and her entire family are basically sick. Even little Drew's got the flu working up there in St. Louis, but think he's going to be all right. And Alice was finally able to return to school today, her little preschool daycare. And and that's kind of, I guess, the way things go in wintertime, the whole flu virus. But no, Christmas was good, except it was like 88 degrees, which was stupid. I mean,
that was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
So my son, I don't know if you remember, there's a little small hill that is the street for where we were at, and he really wanted to go run the hill, and I said, well, I'll go outside with you, buddy, and I'll
go
with
did.
you. That's right. And he wanted me to run it with him, so I ran about 15 steps and uphill, and so I hit my New Year's resolutions early.
Called it a workout.
Yeah. That's right.
Nice. I actually, just sort of a, not really resolution, but, objective because I like many, and maybe many of our listeners, added a pound or two over the holidays and came into 2026 feeling just a little extra, so I actually did get out and run yesterday. Yeah, I really did. A couple laps around the track, then a couple of, I wouldn't call them sprints, but harder running. So I'm pure fitness. I'm pure fitness.
What's D4 for you, man?
Sorta.
How are you feeling? Are you sore?
Yeah, no, let's not talk about that. No, I not as bad as I thought I was going to be, frankly, because it's been a while since I've run. But I did. Yeah, whatever. I'm doing my thing.
There you go.
In the spirit of fitness, let's get to the drinks of the day. And I would have to say, obviously, as we've been doing this now for more than 2 years, we've gone through a lot of drinks, and it's not really, again, a resolution. Haven't been the resolution thing. And over here, dry January is a really big deal. Chris, it's called dry Jan because I guess that sounds better. But I have scaled back my drinking some, to be frank, and so I haven't been like hitting it too hard so far here in the new year. Not dry, damp, put it that way. But
just like the weather.
Well, there you go. I figure if I drink to match the weather, especially in London, I'm in really good shape. If I drink to match I don't want to live in Lubbock if I'm drinking to match the weather. I'll tell you that much.
It's pretty dry.
Both inches of rain a year you guys get.
That's right.
Anyway, but I went with a standard martini today with a little twist. I actually don't have any olives right now. So I've got just a standard gin martini because it's a nice, simple drink for the new year. And frankly, my bar is a little sparse. I drank it down dutifully before I went to America in December. And so haven't really restocked it all that much. So I've gone with just a straight.
I mean, it looks good.
Gin martini with a lemon twist. And I mean, it's just say what you want about various cocktails. If you enjoy alcohol, and if you don't enjoy alcohol, you're not going to like a gin martini because it's dry. It's fairly astringent. But if you get yourself a decent gin, You get a nice that most of them are that juniper forward, which is I find to be an appealing taste, but you can get floral notes, a little vermouth, nice and cold, real straightforward, and it's just good. I think back to the 60s and the 3 martini lunch, and I have no idea how any human could do that and go back to work.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Oh, really? The 3 martini lunch? You're not? Oh, yeah.
No.
You ever seen Mad Men? There's a great scene in Mad Men where a guy takes him out to lunch and gets him hammered and walks him up the stairs and gets him all sick. But no, yeah, that was what they used to call it, the 3 martini lunch. And I don't know how people could do that and then go back to work, but theoretically they did. I am not doing that today because it's late afternoon here, and I'm done with work for the day, so that's good. So
that is good.
How about you?
I mean, no New Year's resolutions, but I guess I have these drinks in my fridge, so that's what I'm going with.
All right.
Nothing crazy. I've got the double berry protein. So it's like a smoothie drink. I mean, it's good. It's a protein drink.
Yeah. You know when the last time I drank something like that was?
A couple years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I was asking if you knew because I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no. And I think this has been in my fridge for a while. It's the kombucha.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yes. Synergy. What?
Synergy? It's lemon berry. So
lemon berry.
Double berry.
I guess a lemon and berry, I suppose, if it's lemon berry.
Oh, I guess. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
For kombucha.
Well, do you like kombucha? I mean, you bought it, obviously, right? So.
Yeah, I don't dislike it. I think I bought it thinking we were going to do a podcast sooner than we did. So it stayed in the fridge for a little bit, but old trusty coffee as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
looks like a fancy cup too.
It is. It's a to-go cup. Not quite styrofoam, but
that's good.
But it's Joffrey's Jamaica Me Crazy. It's the brand.
All right.
Caramel, vanilla, and coffee liqueur. So I've got there's no liqueur in it, but it's got the flavors.
There you go. Just in case.
And the craziest thing that I saw in the grocery store the other day, I had to get. And I was like, I've got to try it on the pod. So it's chips. Now I've done chips before on the podcast, which was it the prawn? Is that what it was?
That's the prawn cocktail. Yeah.
This one takes a hard left turn from the prawn.
Okay.
It is Lay's, so it's very similar. But I will try it before.
Is this a good old American flavor, or what do we?
It is.
I can't.
And it's something. It's something.
What do we got? Oh, no.
Looks bad, huh? You saw the flavor.
I did. How does
salted
it taste?
Caramel, folks? Salted caramel potato chips.
No.
It tastes exactly like what you would think. Not good.
I mean, look, like sweet and salty is great, but the potato chip and you don't do like sweet dip potato chips. I mean, I don't anyway. Maybe some people do.
Well, I saw it, and it's one of those things you go, gotta try it.
Yeah, well,
maybe,
no, you're right. I was going to say, maybe you do that. I don't say that, but there you go. So, couple of drinks, a little bonus snack here for the episode. So, with that in mind, Dustin, why don't you give me your opening shot for 2026 on D4 Sports?
So, I've seen this over social media a couple times in discussions on sporting outlets and things like that. Have you seen recently them talking about wide receiver catching or receiving yards? Okay. For individuals over the age of 40.
Yeah. Yes, I have.
So your top 5 are Brett Favre.
Yeah.
-2 yards.
Yeah.
That's impressive to be in the top 5 with -2 yards.
Especially as a quarterback.
Well,
yes.
In 4th place, tied 66 different times. You have 66 players with 0.
0. Nice. Well done.
Exactly.
So actually, I suppose played a snap as a wide receiver in the NFL, but didn't catch a pass.
Well, maybe. Look at Brett Favre.
Or caught a swing pass for 0 yards. But all right, fair enough.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think at number 2, you have Mercedes Lewis.
We have 3.
Or 3 Mercedes Lewis with 2.
Yeah.
2 yards.
Impressive. Yeah.
Not to be outdone by Tom Brady at number 2. Another quarterback.
Yeah.
Another quarterback with, 6 yards?
I think it was, 6 or 12 or something. Yeah. Not many.
Not many.
Yeah.
And then and he comes in pretty close to first place. So in first place, we have Jerry Rice with over 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's not going to be beat anytime soon.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. I mean, look, Phillip Rivers inspires us all.
Does he?
Right? Well. I mean, why not? I mean, if he can get out there and actually play, and he did all right. He was serviceable. Didn't win a game, but nobody else did for Indianapolis the last 8 weeks of the season anyway. So, I just don't see receivers hanging on that long. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald couldn't make it to 40, and he had kind of a receiving style that you would think might be able to, right? I mean, He was a great route runner, very shifty, wasn't reliant on pure burner speed kind of thing. Julio Jones couldn't make it that long. I mean, he was a little more injury prone.
Even Andre Johnson didn't, and he played for a long time.
Yeah, and I mean, this was actually something I was, maybe we mentioned it briefly, but players that have kind of fell off a cliff, so to speak, and he didn't quite fall off a cliff, but Cooper Kupp seemed like the kind of guy who'd be able to play a long time, right? Again, shifty, kind of possession receiver, great route runner, incredible hands,
not taking massive hits all the time.
No, but I mean, although again, he too had some injuries early on, but it just doesn't seem like, as athletic as the game is, as much as it demands, it's just hard to imagine a 40-year-old wide receiver contributing anything. Tyler Lockett might be the closest. I don't know who's the oldest receiver in the NFL this year. Any idea?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's still playing, and he's got to be pretty old. So, again, as we Google that one, but I did see the sign or that stat or the memes going around, and always a good one, and a reminder of how few people in the NFL can make it that long. And it's always the wild thing, right? Like the average career in the NFL is like 3 years. So that means if you have some of these guys who played 6 or 7 years or 8 years, that's a long time in the NFL. And that puts them done with their career by 30, right? And as I'm now, more than 30.
A little over 30.
Yeah, you just sit there and you think, it's just amazing how young these guys out there are, right? My son just turned 26. Wonderful young man. 50% of the NFL is probably younger than he is. And that's wild to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you take a guess at who the oldest is? Oldest wide receiver right now.
Do I have a shot?
Actually, I would. Yes.
Okay. Oldest wide receiver. I mean, Tyler Lockett would have been certainly one of my guesses. He's got to be fairly. I don't know how. I don't know.
So Mike Evans is up there. Mike Evans isn't the oldest.
He's 11 or 12 years, and Keenan Allen's kind of, but he's not.
Keenan Allen is another one, but the oldest, Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen, yeah. Was he 36?
35.
35. Oh, wow. Wow.
So give him 5 more years of playing, which isn't going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then catch over 2,000 yards. That's what Jerry Rice did.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and it's easy to forget how great Jerry Rice was. But you go back and especially when you look at his stats and in the era that he played, I mean, in the 80s and 90s, there just wasn't as much passing. And I always say, I think with Montana and Rice in particular, those two benefited from the West Coast offense when it was brand new, right? And so you didn't have anybody who knew how to stop it for a few years, right? And then they perfected it. But that still doesn't explain. I mean, Jerry Rice played for obviously 20 some odd years, and to stay that healthy and that fit and that able. He had his years in an era
where they didn't protect people as well as they do now.
Well, right. But I mean, he did have his years with the Raiders and the Seahawks, which aren't exactly the most glorious, but I guess Chiefs, it all counts.
Didn't he play a year or two with the Chiefs?
He played for a couple of
with
teams.
Montana.
You see him in some of these uniforms. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of age, actually, that's a nice lead into my opening shot. And this actually, I saw this from Mike Falls. Mike Falls posted on Facebook, and his simple post, he said, Macklin Celebrini, that is all. And I didn't know who Macklin Celebrini was, but I trust Mike Falls. So I went and I checked. Hockey center, plays for the San Jose Sharks. Pretty impressive guy, 19 years old. So yeah, born in 2006. Which is crazy to think about. Born in 2006, Macklin Celebrini is in his second year, and he's already being compared to the likes of Sidney Crosby and others because he is challenging those point records. He has 67 points this season. He had 63 last year, and he's doing all sorts of, frankly, special things for the San Jose Sharks. And I think for me, the biggest thing is his name sounds like a pasta. I'll have a little Celebrini with a cream sauce.
Well, of course.
How do you like your Celebrini?
I mean, cream sauce sounds great.
Yeah. But anyway, I saw that out there, and I thought, not only is that, I mean, Macklin Celebrini's not the most D4 of a name, but it's D4 enough. And then when you put it with also a guy who is, a significant, rising star in the NHL, that's worthy of D4, I think.
Well, you could have said most any hockey player's name, and I wouldn't have been able to follow.
No, fair enough. We don't give hockey its love, its due on here, but
Sorry, Trey and Claire.
That's right. Hey, we went to the Blues game when we were out there, so that was in December. That was a lot of fun with Matt Houchin, another loyal D4 listener. So there it was a pure D4 night that night, and the Blues won, which is not very common for them this year. So there's that.
They just needed that spark.
That's right. They needed the spark that D4 brought to the game. And we did our part, and we encouraged them to victory, and we went on from there. And with that, we will call that opening segment a wrap on episode number 82, the first of 2026 on D4 Sports. Back at you on D4 Sports, episode number 82, January the 8th, 2026. What's your favorite day in January, Dustin?
I would have to say January 19th, just because it's my daughter's birthday.
I was hoping you'd say that, yes.
Yeah. It's the second favorite day is your birthday. So
of course it is.
We'll go with that. But what would be your favorite day in January, sir?
Well, I'll be selfish and take my daughter's birthday, January 2nd. And then my grandson's birthday, my granddaughter's birthday, January 24th. And then I am third, January 21st. I think I probably forgot somebody and I insulted somebody, but whatever. But my birthday is actually statistically, at least in St. Louis, the coldest day of the year on average. So that's always nice.
Always nice. Your date actually made our calendar. I told Ansley to put Nick's birthday on our calendar. That's up in the kitchen.
Fantastic.
So, and I'm so
you
happy
actually have a paper calendar
right.
hanging in your kitchen?
No.
Oh.
Dry erase.
All right. Fair enough. I don't even have that. I just use my phone. But yeah.
Well, all the days run together for you.
Yeah. Well, truer than you might want to admit. But anyway, we'll move on from that and get on to some D4 business because we have plenty. NFL season's over, regular season anyway, which means the Pick'em is over. And D4 Sports Pick'em, not the biggest group we've ever had. Hopefully next year we can increase that. We had about 8 players, but Chris Powers set the pace, and ended up with, let me see, what was the number? I got it here in front of me. Give me one sec. Oh, that's the Bowlapalooza. Sorry. 178.
So many things.
178 correct out on the year. Second place, who had second? Do you know?
I'm going to say it was either Sam or John.
This guy right here. I don't know if you clearly didn't check the standings because I had a very strong finish, in particular the last week. I think I won by 3 in week 18 because I picked, I went out on a limb and I went for all the resters. You know, when I took the Commanders over the Eagles, the Vikings over the Packers, I knew they weren't playing anybody, and they paid off. I actually snuck up into a tie for second, and somehow I got a tiebreaker over John with 167. So we were 11 behind Chris.
So I was right. I said John. I didn't say you.
But technically, I'm listed as second. He's listed as third. So there's that. And then you, sir, are fourth at 166. Guess who had the best single week? If you had the best single week out of the entire season, guess who had the best single week?
I mean, I feel like you're asking me, so it's either you or...
Yeah, it is.
John. Yeah.
No, it's me. John and I actually both in week 2 got 14 correct, which is the highest number of any single week.
Again, I was right. I said John.
Yeah, well,
John, I got your back, buddy. It's an overhaul on Nick's side. I got you, John.
I won the tiebreaker, so...
Yeah, tiebreakers are really not a thing.
Well, I don't know. So anyway, congratulations to Chris Powers. Very, very loyal D4 listener. We might have to see if we can get him on the show.
That's what I was going to say. We need to get him on if we can.
Yeah. So that was good. The family game had some excitement because Trey, who was absolutely setting a ridiculous blistering pace through about 10 weeks, was in like the 99.8th percentile of all the players on all of ESPN. For a guy who doesn't even watch a single game, he
thought they were hockey teams.
He might have. Maybe that's what he was doing. I don't even know. He stumbled down the stretch, and on week 16, the week of Christmas, he had actually fallen behind Allie by 1, and my brother was lurking 1 behind. But he had a strong finish, ends up with 175 to take it almost wire to wire. Allie and Stu ended up tied at 173. Sam, who I will say this much. Sam is actually starting to pay attention to the Denver Broncos, which makes him maybe the ultimate bandwagon fan, but at least he lives in Denver, so I'm like, all right, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Fair enough. I don't think he's watched a game all year. He might watch the Super Bowl.
He hasn't watched a game in 26 years.
Well, there's that. My grandson, Drew, who is 6 months old, not quite, has watched more football with me than Sam has in my lifetime, probably. So, but at any rate, he still got third or fourth.
My favorite Sam story, I'll be real quick with this, was he decided to do, you've told me this, decided to do a fantasy draft. I don't remember if it was family or whatnot. And didn't he have the first pick?
No, but he was like fourth. Yeah.
Okay, he was up there. And didn't he look at you and go, is Calvin Johnson any good?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Love you, Sam. I know you don't listen.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Megatron, man. Megatron.
Yeah. Anyway, he got himself
doing well and pick him.
He got fourth. Will and I tied for fifth at 167. You again 166. Shelby 165. Karen 163. Holly missed a week or two on her picks, had 147. There's one name I haven't named yet. Do you know who that is?
Yes, you like to point it out quite often. Mason, I'm sorry. He's just going to throw you under the bus again.
No, I'm sorry. Throwing under the bus. I believe there was one instigator in this, and it wasn't me, because I didn't name my team better than Mason.
He's got a lot on his plate right now. He's going to get married soon. His focus is elsewhere.
Yeah, well, he's marrying into my family, so he better watch his back, because he named his team better than Nick. And let's just say, Mason did not end up better than Nick with 138. I was a full 30 picks ahead, and I know he's going to say, I didn't pick some. Yeah, well, that's on you. And didn't want to make this segment too much of a roast, but, I don't know. Part of me felt
when
like...
you can.
And when I drink a martini, you never know what's going to happen. So, at any rate, that was Family Pick'em. Congratulations to Trey. Another strong season. Also, the D4 Bowlapalooza is in full swing. And if there is anything harder to pick in the modern sports world than college bowl games, I don't know what it is. Because...
8 games in, I think I was hoping to go over. Like, I was like, can I pull this off?
Well, not only do, of course, do most people not know how good Kennesaw State might happen to be, or Rice with a 5-7 record, but you don't know who's playing, because half the players opt out of the non-major bowls and stuff. And so anyway, it is the definition of a crapshoot in picking these. But once again, Chris Powers is out in front with 26 correct at this point. And then
we
Sam
gotta
Estes,
get him on, man.
Sam Estes is tied for second with someone I don't know, because it just says ESPN 07984030260051, and I can't see their name, at 25. And then someone named Foster, who I also don't know.
So Greg Foster is a buddy of mine.
Okay. Probably him.
And that ESPN long number is Holly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Of course it is. And of course, we remember who won last year, which was Becca, right?
Right.
And we won't say much about Becca, not because I want to disparage Becca, but because she's no longer dating my son. And there's a little bit of awkwardness there. But Becca from England, who couldn't name a college football team.
She was going off of places she knew.
Yes.
Like I'd heard
If
of.
she knew the college, she picked it. And if she didn't, she went to the website and decided which one she liked better for their history departments, and she won. So there you go. Anyway, so Holly and Sam are tied at 25. Foster and Mike Falls at 24. John and I, who seem to be pairing up a lot this year, are at 22. You are at 20, and I do have to note that Ryan Hiley is at 16.
Oh, we can note that all day, every day.
Cubs fan for you.
So we had only put in that, I think you had put in, you can only put one entry in.
Yep.
But I had Ansley do one.
No.
And I was going to add her in it, but she's tied with me at 20. So.
Okay. Well, good. I thought you were going to say she's at 33 or something.
Well, she started 0 for 10.
Ooh. Which wasn't,
so then she
wasn't terrible, frankly. I mean, she still had a shot at that point.
Right. But now she's
those
20
early
for 23.
bowl games,
so she went 20 and 13 after that.
Yeah.
So.
And I know we probably won't get to it in the sports roundup, so I'll just say it now. The Pop-Tarts Bowl is hands down the single greatest non-significant sporting event in the world at this point.
The PR for that is awesome.
I mean, the sidelines have sprinkles on them. The penalty flags have got sprinkles. The Pop-Tarts
that
roaming
would have
the
been
sidelines.
It was a good game, because wasn't it BYU and Georgia Tech?
It was.
If Notre Dame would have stayed with it, it would have been Notre Dame and BYU. It would have been the Catholics and the Mormons and the Pop-Tart Bowl. I mean, this thing could have been D4-esque.
The Pop-Tart Bowl
crazy.
has absolutely embraced what the bowl game stands for in the 2020s. And, there was a time when bowl games were incredibly prestigious. Everybody loved them, and it was a huge part of American culture. And now with the playoff, that's all
And I'll be real quick.
I'll even ask, do you even know which games are the semifinal? Because there are bowl games.
Well, because Rose Bowl's already been, Cotton Bowl has
Yep.
already been.
Yep.
Is it the Fiesta Bowl?
One of them is the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. Yes.
VRBO Fiesta Bowl and the Orange Bowl.
I think it's the Peach Bowl.
Peach Bowl. Okay.
Because
That
Texas
one's the
Tech
one in
played.
Atlanta, obviously.
I don't want to bring that up, but Texas Tech played in the Peach Bowl.
That's right. In the Orange. Yeah. So
Orange Bowl. Yeah.
But real quick, there needs to be one, not another added, but a company needs to come in and do almost the Pop-Tart Bowl-esque and be the ramen noodles, and you would have the epitome of college
Ramen Noodles Bowl
food. Like
well, not in the NIL
student,
world, but yeah.
Well, not anymore. But your average college student, you've got the ramen noodles and the Pop-Tart Bowl. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. And then they should have a playoff. Oh, here it is. We could get all the Cheetos Bowl and the Pringles Bowl, and then oh man, I feel a D4
bracket.
segment. I feel a D4 segment coming on there. All right, we got to move on. We're spending too much time on that. But anyway, Chris Powers. There's only 3 games left, so chances are he's got a shot to take it all. He's gonna run college.
The table.
He might. Although I will have to say, well, we may talk about the college football playoff, but suffice to say, it's been unpredictable this year. Not what I think many people expected. So there is that. Moving on to what not anybody expected, the English Premier League. Yeah, this guy, I don't know. All of a sudden.
If it's video, you can see it.
Yeah. I
did my homework.
Did you really?
And by that, I just took out all the guys that were doing bad and put in other guys that somehow did well.
I have to say, I have genuinely tried this year. I have really, because I've been good the last couple of years. I'm getting better at lowing my teams and knowing some of the players. And I study this as much as I study almost anything in sports right now. And I am wrong every single week. And I the worst part is I miss it by a week every time. Right?
Right.
I did the wild card. I changed my team up. I picked all the guys who were hot and they all flopped. And then I dropped like 3 of them and all the guys I dropped scored and I'm like, what are we doing? And this week last week I had Declan Rice, but he was injured. And the worst thing you can get in Premier League is the injured guy who might not play, who comes in and plays 10 minutes at the end of the game and gives you 1 point. Right? That's the worst thing you can get. If he's out, he'll get auto subbed. So I benched him and he scores 17. Right? And and that has been the story of my year. Every single week I'm just missing. And so
recently, that's the worst thing I've done was take Declan Rice out and he scored 17. Other than that, I've done pretty well.
Yeah, you have current standings. Sammy, who's been the opposite of me, nailing it every single week, making subs for players that I still can't name that he somehow picks right. He is at 1,230 points. Olajix is at 1179, and then in third place, I've abbreviated your name, and I realized after I did it, it's a little questionable. But D4KK, D4 knows nothing is your team name, but you don't want too many. You don't want too many Ks in a row for a variety of reasons. But
right.
But anyway,
I'm on the heels of second place.
Third place at 1147. The Game Changers at 1142. Holly, who I am sure has not done anything with her team in a decade, and she's beating me by 1. She's at 1086. I'm at 1085, and everything I do is wrong. And I don't even know what to do about it. You're at 1147 right now.
And you're
1085. You're 60 points ahead of me. And I mean, last time we did it and on Thanksgiving, I was ahead of you. And
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yes, I know something.
Okay, we'll see. You're just getting lucky and you know it. But anyway, we'll keep that going.
You got lucky and pick them. It's okay.
How dare you, sir? I feel my manhood insulted. I don't know about that. Anyway, we're going to move on to, ladies and gentlemen, Millwall. Millwall knocking it out of the park. Currently 5th place. Well, tied for 4th technically, but goal differential puts us in 5th. 43 points.
We're not going to win any goal differential thing.
No, and that's a problem
this year.
That's not good for us. No. I mean, we're going to have to really either have some blowout wins or something.
We really need like a 4-1, 4-0 victory soon.
But we don't score that much, so that's a problem.
But we've got great defense. Like, we hold opponents, right?
Yes.
So it's
nobody
like
scores.
Our loss, our big loss was what, 5-0? Like, we really
there's been 3
on that one.
There's been like 2 4-0 and one like 5-1 kind of thing. And that have been really damaging for our goal differential. But still, tied for 4th, or technically 5th place with 43 points, tied with Preston. 2 ahead of Watford and Hull. 1 behind Ipswich. So Ipswich has the third place with 44. Coventry's up front with 52. So they're going to have to stumble a bit if we're going to catch them probably. There's a lot of games left. We've still got another 20 or so games. Right. So plenty of time, but
we're in playoff contention.
We are. We're solidly in playoff contention.
And I know we've said it before, but how amazing would it be if they got promoted? And in London.
The tears in my eyes are forming already if that would have happened.
But being in London, if that were to happen, would be
You know what the best part would be? Would be me walking into the office wearing all of my Millwall gear. All of it. I would go buy more for the day.
Knowing full well you were not Sam Denver Broncoing it and bandwagoning it.
That's right.
We came in.
That's right.
Here.
You laughed at me 3 years ago. You rolled your eyes. You scoffed. And
Didn't you go to like a chiropractor or something? And he was like, "Why are you wearing
my
Millwall
socks?" He saw my Millwall socks. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
or even the bartender at the bar we went to was like,
"That's right.
You sound American. Why are you wearing Millwall gear?"
That's right. That's right. Because we're smart. That's why. Because Femi Aziz is going to take us all the way, baby.
Please.
Anyway, so Millwall is exciting right now. Playing pretty well.
Big matchup coming up, too. It doesn't count for the standings or the table.
No.
But we play Burnley on Saturday.
Very gettable. Totally gettable.
They are, because, they're in the Premier League, but they're on their way back to join us in the Champions League.
Yeah. You know what the best thing would be, though, is Zian Fleming, who was our wildly underachieving midfielder, is one of their players, and I would love to see him go down. So
that would be nice.
We'll see on that.
But we don't typically do well in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup.
Well, last year was when we got to that game with Crystal Palace and our goalie speared the guy in the head with his cleat.
Yeah, that was nice.
Anyway, whatever. We're Millwall. There's a reason no one likes us.
That's right.
All right. And then real quickly, to wrap up our D4 business, DraftKings. So DraftKings, we were tied 4 weeks ago. And then you went like 8-1 and 9-1 over a couple straight weeks. And I've clawed my way back so that you're up 9, 78-69 with 5 ties.
But you have 5 points.
Well, I guess we have to decide this because technically we extend our pick'em game through the Super Bowl. So I could be generous and say I haven't yet won pick'em, though it's not in my nature.
You could be generous if it's something that we have been doing.
Well,
and continue to do it.
Is the league over? Is the game over? Okay, the game's over. Anyway, but if I go on ahead and win pick'em, and we'll go through the playoffs because I am a man of honor, if nothing else.
Yes, you are.
But at any rate, that gives me 5 points, which means you're only up 4. So we've got a lot of opportunity to narrow that gap and to make that. And by the way, for anybody who wonders what has been the wager over the years in our year-long DraftKings game, the answer was a bottle of the other person's choice, right? So like, you want a nice bottle of whiskey, nice bottle of rum, whatever you want, we would do that. How many times have we actually paid up on that, Dustin?
I think twice. And I think it was the first 2 years.
Did we really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was 0, but
no, because I remember I got you something, and then the next year we were at a.
I came to Lubbock for the opening.
You came to Lubbock, and we went to a place
called
Specs, and I was like, okay, I owe you. Pick something.
So at this point, I don't even know who owes who what. So we don't ever actually pay up, but maybe I don't know.
But it's so fun. It's just so fun for us.
It's a good time.
I know
who knows?
For the
maybe someday I'll even have a legal account again.
I hope so. Good gosh. Keeping track of all this is so fun.
Yeah, well, sorry to test your accounting skills. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need an accountant, don't call Dustin Patterson. I will say that much.
Ouch.
Do you advertise yourself as an accountant, sir?
Well, no. But this is our first video show. I may just walk off set.
Oh, here it is. He's gone. He's up and out. And with that, we will.
That's the actual D4 walk off.
That is. Oh yeah. Don't get me started on walk offs. It's the walk off sacrifice bunt. All right. Until that's it for D4 Business. We are done for episode 82 on D4 Sports. Episode 82 of D4 Sports Day Drinking with Don and Dustin, live from London and Lubbock, coming back at you. And, Dustin, I was thinking about this. So in between that last segment, we took a little break. And again, if we do this video, I have no idea how this works. We're going to try to get it edited together and feature the music of Trey Klein, who has been a part of us from the beginning, provided all of the music you've ever heard on D4 Sports. But I was thinking to myself, phenomenal job. Can't be said. And hopefully we'll continue to get more from him. I know he's got a lot of stuff going on in his life, 2 little kids and all that, but his music has been a key component of this show from the start. But here's what I was thinking. So because I went and I topped up and I made myself what I have affectionately called the drinker's drink, which is gin and bitters. And the reason I say that is because the first time I read this recipe, I thought this is the perfect drink because it says put a few dashes of bitters in a glass and then fill with gin. And I was like, how big a glass are we talking here? Because
you need a recipe for that?
Yeah, well, not really. But I've actually found a way that I actually like it better. And I was thinking, how can I make this a little more boozy? So
Take out the bitters?
No, the bitters are actually stronger. I mean, but you just want the flavoring. But right. I add absinthe, believe it or not, which is just a dash. So it's barely noticeable, but it adds a nice flavor. It warms up the bitters, does with the gin. So anyway, I topped up with that. But I was thinking to myself, if we do this and we go to YouTube, if I'm drinking alcohol on camera, we might actually have to mark ourselves as like explicit or adult or something. I don't even know. But
we're pretty close. I mean, we're toting the line right now. I mean, I don't think any kids listen to us.
Well, true, but I mean,
or anybody we've always, for that matter.
But it's not. We've always, where we upload it. Well, that's another issue. But well, we haven't had to mark ourselves as explicit because we're careful to guard our tongue. Not that you're a big swearer, but I'm a bit of a potty mouth. But
you did once, right? Audie or Ade, but
he might. He's British. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The vernacular.
But, yeah, well, it's just whatever. Yeah. So, But we control our language. But I'm thinking, like, if we're just going to have to be adult and explicit because of our booze consumption, then I may just start dropping the whatevers.
That will probably like triple our audience if you start just
probably would
hamming it.
Probably would. But at any rate, so I'm rocking a little gin and bitters for the second half. But let's get on to the sports roundup. And I was thinking about, and I honest to goodness, have not really thought about this in at least probably 2 months. But the Australian Open starts in like 2 weeks, like a week.
I was going to bring that up.
All right. Well, what do you?
All I was going to say in regards to it was that I'm very, very excited about it. It's been a little while since we've had tennis.
Yeah.
And this is just me, but I get on my DraftKings and I finally saw the tennis tab. And I was like, tennis is back. All right.
Yeah. How do you? Oh, man. You are the epitome of the modern sports fan. How do I know tennis is happening? Oh, it showed up on DraftKings. Now I can bet on it. Yeah.
That's right. $1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, all right. As long as it's $1.
But I am excited about it because it has been a little while, and I'm interested to see how this year goes. I mean, it ended obviously with Sinner and with Alcaraz as being your top guys.
Right. But Alcaraz claimed the number one spot. He ended the year number one seed, even though Sinner won the ATP championship. But this is a weird, and tennis is kind of strange like this, right? Like, and I guess golf is the same way, but golf has successfully put the FedEx Cup in, right? And have dropped in the last 4 tournaments of the year after all the majors that lead to the FedEx Cup. And so you always get really, really good competitive fields that wrap up at the Tour Championship at the end of the year. I think they've done a nice job with that. Tennis, once the U.S. Open hits, I mean, there are tournaments after, but nobody knows unless you're like a real tennis fan, right? Nobody's paying attention. There is a Tour Championship or the whatever they call it. It's not played. It used to always be played in London, but I don't think they're doing that anymore. Now they move it around. And I don't know. I mean, the Sinner, Alcaraz, I mean, we got that 3 times this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just hard to see it not happening again unless there's injuries, right? Or, I mean, there's always upsets. There's always possibilities for upsets, but they have separated themselves so far from everybody else that I'm eager to see it again and eager to see it happen. And frankly, there's something about the Australian Open that I just really like. The whole vibe of the Australian Open is just fun. It's relaxed. It's not, I mean, I love Wimbledon, but let's face it, Wimbledon's a bit stodgy, right? It's very traditional, and grass court tennis is just a different thing. And I like Australia because the court is probably as neutral as any of the majors, right? It's a hard court, but it's not a screaming fast hard court like the U.S. Open tends to be.
Like the U.S. Open, yeah.
The French, of course, is clay, and clay is a whole nother animal. Wimbledon
clay
is grass.
Is very much a...
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be good at it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've got to have grown up on it, and because it's so different than the hard court and the grass court.
Which is why it's often the outlier of for a lot of the great players just couldn't win it.
I would say the Australian is my favorite. I mean,
I don't know if I go that far, but yeah.
No, I thoroughly enjoy it. It's more of the more fun of the opens, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you were just talking about, right? Wimbledon, I could see is very much your British uppity ups, all white and
yeah,
all that.
Not the players, the clothing. Yeah.
Right. But the U.S. Open, as fun as it is, I mean, I just enjoy watching the Australian Open. I think part of it too is, though, like I just said, it's tennis coming back because it has been so long since we've had it.
Yeah.
And I know not everybody watches it or pays attention to it, but you and I do. Yeah. We watch pretty closely.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I think Kyrgios is playing in this one. And so I hope.
Is he?
Yes. And he's ranked like 400 and something.
Well, he must have got a sponsor's an exemption or something, right?
He had to have because he's been commentating recently.
Yeah,
I don't know if you knew that.
I've
seen him he's either a nightmare or fun to watch, and there's no in between with him.
Yeah,
he is a good player that is off the rails.
He's Antonio Brown of tennis. He's the Antonio Brown of tennis. I mean, that's maybe. I mean, or maybe there's a couple of other examples you could use, but that's exactly what he was a guy with incredible talent, but a total head case who, couldn't get past that, right? And maybe that's an oversimplification. I'm sure, I'm sure there's a lot more to Nick Kyrgios than that. But when it comes down to it, that's what he looks like, right? He's a guy who lost matches he never should have lost because he totally lost the mental game and fell apart. Yeah. So at any rate, that's
a rabbit trail.
So the Australian Open's coming back, so that'll be fun. So that's number one. We won't talk about the Ashes in cricket because I know you haven't been following it that closely, but England got destroyed by Australia in the Ashes. No surprise there. A lot of hand-wringing here in England about their style of cricket, but we'll move on from that. I thought I'd just drop that in for you.
Appreciate it.
So let's talk college football briefly. And I just want to apologize to you, all of the residents of Lubbock, and every Texas Tech fans supporter for how that ended. What's life like in Lubbock after that bowl game?
It's basketball season. I don't talk football. Man, you talk about a disappointment. The defense played amazing against I know they scored 23 points, right?
A very good Oregon offense. Yeah.
Very good Oregon offense. And that defense stifled them. However, you can only play defense for so long. There's only so much bend before it breaks.
Well, yeah, because if your offense can never move the ball, number one, you're not getting a rest, and number two, you're going to lose field position, and you're going to give up short fields. And I don't care how good your defense is, if you're giving the other team the ball in your half of the field, you're going to give up touchdowns. It's just going to happen, right? So
right, and you can't move it at. They were not. It was hard to stomach.
Yeah, and I couldn't see the game, but I was following it online, and I was just like, ooh, rough.
It looked bad. Couldn't get the run going. Had a couple big plays, but
all right.
Overall,
so
just decision making was awful.
Objectively, step back. Right? Is this? I mean, the Big 12 has not really been
good
when it comes.
You can say it.
No, they're not good. But I don't even want to say not competitive because that's not fair. But when it gets to the big show against the best teams of the SEC and the best teams of the Big Ten in the last 20 years, the Big 12 has not been able to withstand the game. Is that still what this is? Or do you think this was just, or was this just, did the moment get too big for Texas Tech? What do you think?
I think for Barron, the moment was too big, who is the starting quarterback, Barron Morton.
Okay. Yeah.
He did not look like himself. I do think that the other schools, the SEC, Big Ten, the Big 12 is like the outlier, right? Of the siblings.
Well, and the ACC
they're
too,
like that.
Right? Although Miami decided to play all of a sudden at the end of the year, but okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But so my thing is, you really kind of know who the big teams are at the end of the year because they're playing other big teams, right? Mm-hmm. Like A&M, honestly, I didn't think they were that good. They had a great record, but they played the bottom 7 teams in the SEC and won those and hadn't played the top teams.
Yeah.
Tech is playing Big 12 teams. And if I'm being completely honest, Big 12 teams aren't the SEC.
Yeah,
Big Ten.
no, right. Absolutely. The very
so
top tier of the Big 12 could probably compete with the SEC and Big 10 and ACC. The rest aren't. Right.
So like Ole Miss, Georgia, OU, Alabama, like they're playing each other for the most part. Not every team is playing every team.
Right.
But you're playing stout opponents. So you have a 3-loss Alabama, which I don't think they should have been in, but it's Alabama.
Yeah.
But they're playing the bigger schools. Georgia has a loss, they're playing teams that are up there anyway. So I do think objectively that we're not playing those teams day in and day out, right? So BYU loses 2 games. Both of those games are to us. And it's like, well, we should have been in the playoffs. Well, they weren't. But then they play a Georgia Tech team who is good.
Good team. Yeah. Good
team.
Yeah.
But it came down to like the very end where they kind of came back to beat them.
Right.
So, I mean, I could keep going on and on and on, but overall, the Big 12 is the Big 12. You're going to get what you're going to get, and you've just got to go through it and win it and see how you can do against the bigger teams. And so what Tech has done is spend more money to see if they can compete.
Well, and that's what I want to get to at some point, not today, another episode. We'll do an NIL episode, right? And the portal episode and where we are in the landscape of college football, because I do wonder, because hello, Indiana, I'm just going to say in my lifetime, if you have ever said, and I'm pushing 54, if you have ever said the Indiana football team will compete for a national championship, I would have laughed at you. Like, Indiana has never been good. Never. Not one. I mean, they had a period with, who was the running back? Larry Johnson or somebody. They had a good running back 20 years ago. Indiana has literally never been a good college football team. And for them to obliterate Alabama like they did, I mean, after beating Ohio State, right? That was the game that I think everybody thought, oh, Indiana's going to get exposed, right? And yeah, they're undefeated, but oh, look who they played. They played the bottom, blah, 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 blah. Although they played 7 bowl teams, if I'm not mistaken. I think Indiana actually did play 7 bowl teams this year. But I mean, the question in the NIL, and we'll do it, we'll look at it later. Will the NIL world really upend college football? And I think I have a suspicion the answer is kind of yes, actually.
Did you see that Tech put up a huge sign in the middle of Times Square welcoming Sorsby?
Who? I obviously haven't seen this, so yeah.
So Tech got the number 1 player in the transfer portal.
Oh, nice.
Brendan Sorsby, the quarterback for Cincinnati. And with Tech having such a huge presence in New York City, they got a Times Square marketing PR thing and put up, now Tech didn't do it, but it looks like Tech did it.
I'll be honest.
It was Sorsby's PR program
whatever.
that did it.
How ridiculous. A college football player. This is the world we live in. A college football player's PR program put up an ad in Times Square,
like the marketing,
from Cincinnati to, you know what? Actually, I was going to say, you know what else is doing a big promo and advertisement for Texas Tech, totally free and clear, is Landman on Paramount.
Oh yeah, thank you, sir. Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah. Frankly, season 2 kind of sucks, but that's just between you and me. But all that said, there's an awful lot of Texas. There's a lot of Tech stuff in there, so you got that going for you. All right, so let's get to the meat of the thing. NFL season is over. We're getting to the playoffs. Before we get into our playoff predictions, thoughts on the NFL season as it's now behind us, the regular season's behind us. What stands out to you in the NFL?
There are definite disappointments, and there's definite. We saw that coming. So I'm going to be real quick on we saw that coming. 30 minutes ago, breaking news: Mike McDaniel is no longer the head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, did they let him go? I didn't see it. Oh,
yeah, no, I just saw it when I looked up something on my phone.
I thought they were going to stick with him. I'm actually a little surprised. I'm a little surprised at that, but okay.
Yep, McDaniel's gone, so maybe
now
Harbaugh's
he can go be a software engineer.
Miami coach.
Who is?
Right? I said maybe Harbaugh will be the new Miami coach.
Oh, yeah, Harbaugh's an interesting one, isn't he? But
that's
okay.
He is such a good coach, but I think his time there was.
Well, and we talked about it, and I think our last episode or the one before that. If they don't, he's had 8 years with Lamar. I mean, if he hasn't gotten him there yet, who's he going to get him there with, right? But
exactly.
Okay. So
I think a disappointment was Washington, mainly because of the year they had previously. Jaden Daniels injuries.
Eckler. But
they had a lot of guys.
Even when he played, he was showing the sophomore slump, and he was not.
No, I know. Injury and just not playing well.
Yeah.
Their offensive coordinator is no longer there. They've parted ways. Cliff Kingsbury. And
near and dear to your heart.
Oh yeah. True to form, Dallas is not in the playoffs. Surprising Houston how bad that
defense was. Yeah.
Houston defense has been the opposite.
Well,
of Dallas
but
defense.
and on the quarterback front, CJ Stroud. I mean, he's not terrible, but as good as he was as a rookie, and they needed whoever the Houston ownership is better bring in a quarterbacks guru, because CJ Stroud hasn't taken strides forward, I don't think, because he's got a good receiving core. Now, Tank Dell, we'll see if he ever gets back, but Nico Collins, Xavier Hutchinson has proven himself viable.
Higgins,
Dalton Schultz, Higgins. His numbers, he should be better than he is. But anyway,
but they didn't have much of a run game either. Let's be honest.
Woody Marks
Nixon went out. Chubb, Marks.
Yeah.
Speaking of ownership, Cincinnati needs to get rid of their head coach. You know I'm right.
I don't think he's terrible.
But look, let's be
honest. If Burrow doesn't stay on the field, that head coach doesn't have a chance, right? Because the franchise is based on Joe Burrow now. Right.
They have the best receiving.
But again, is that the coach or is that the GM, right? I mean, I would make a better argument for get yourself a new GM than a head coach. But
and it's also hard when one of the top players in the entire league says, well, I have confidence in myself and my route running, but outside of that, I don't know if I have much confidence.
I'm guessing you're saying Jamar Chase. I don't. Yeah, okay, I didn't see that, but yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of morale issues. There's going to have to be some work to reclaim that team, and maybe that is on the coach. I can't remember what his name is. I should know his name, but is Zach Taylor? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. Yeah. But I mean, there's clear evidence that consistency and stability in the coaching and coaching staff pays off. I mean, just Exhibit A, Tomlin and Harbaugh
holds on to their.
Well, coaches. Marvin Lewis got a lot of years.
He
had a long leash, right? Yeah, I agree.
Leash because they would make the playoffs and he never won a game.
Yeah. No, there's quite a few coaching vacancies, which I think are obvious. But yeah.
But two quick surprising things. Broncos and Panthers in the playoffs. I'll just leave it at
but
that.
The Broncos made the playoffs last year, so I'm not surprised I'm surprised they're the number one seed. I'm surprised they're the number one seed.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah.
Where they are, let me say where they are in the playoffs.
The Panthers.
The Broncos and the Panthers.
I mean, but the Panthers and the Steelers, you're talking about backing in. I mean,
you're in.
I watched that Steelers-Ravens game. And I watched it on replay, and for the first 3 quarters of that game, I was literally saying to myself out loud, the Steelers' offense is not an NFL offense. It's just not. I mean, it is screen pass, it's swing pass, it's dump pass. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, this is literally not an NFL caliber offense. And they score a touchdown at the end of the game because the guy fell over. The defender straight up fell over.
Slipped.
I mean, that's the only reason. I mean, maybe he catches the ball otherwise. And Rodgers, look, I mean, he made
minutes of the game.
What was it? That was crazy. That was nuts. That was insane. And Rodgers still can throw the ball. I mean, that throw to Freiermuth, that's classic Aaron Rodgers, right? Literally a pass that I don't know who else completes. Maybe Brady, maybe Breeze, maybe Manning. Probably not, frankly.
But accuracy-wise, Rodgers.
He can still do it, but not enough and not consistently. And look, they get DK Metcalf back, maybe.
Idiot.
I mean, obviously that makes a difference.
Idiot.
But, yeah, well,
DK Metcalf.
That's a whole nother. We don't need to go there, but yeah. All right, so real quick, first round of the playoffs. Steelers, Texans, who you got?
Texans.
Jags, Bills. Game of the week. In my
Jags.
book. I do too. I think the Jags, yeah. I mean, I can't tell you because we gotta pick them. So, we gotta Patriots, Chargers.
I'll keep that one close to the vest.
Drake May, baby. MVP. Panthers, Rams.
Ooh.
Oh, come on. The Rams are going to own them. The Rams are going to own them. I mean, the Rams have had a few head-scratching moments, but Sean McVay will have that team.
Overall, I'd take McVay in this one.
Eagles, Niners.
I mean, I got the Niners in that one. I don't like the Eagles.
Do you think the Eagles will get their offense together for the playoffs?
Name-wise.
If they do,
offense in the league.
They could run the table. Easy.
They've had 18 games to do it.
Well, yeah. Now it matters.
Well,
and Bears, Packers. Caleb Williams.
Neither one?
Yeah, I don't know. Luck of the draw they got. Both of them got there. I don't even know. I will say this much. And I just want to say it because I just need Shadur Sanders was arguably the worst quarterback I've seen in a long time. And I know that they won that game against Cincinnati, but they had 2 defensive touchdowns and had to kick a field goal to get to 18 points, right? I mean, they had 27 yards in the first half against the Cincinnati Bengals. His completion percentage was like 54%. It was 5% worse than every other quarterback in the NFL. And Stefanski's gone, right? So I know a new coach is going to come in there. And I know he won some games, and he had one game where he threw for like 350 yards. But wow, was he terrible. I just got to say that.
So speaking of wow, trying to tank and getting the worst record in the league, which is very helpful when you're trying to tank.
Mm-hmm.
How about them Raiders?
Yeah. Well, they still got it. The Giants bailed them out.
The Giants too.
By winning
exactly.
By beating the Cowboys. Now the Raiders can be like, yeah, we can go out and beat the Chiefs, and actually did with whoever the heck was playing quarterback for the Chiefs, right? So fair enough, but that was a bad game. That Raiders Chiefs game was a bad football game.
The Chiefs, after Mahomes got hurt, I mean, they weren't gonna be in the playoffs anyway, but they were like, let's just dial it in. Let's
Kelsey retire?
Yeah.
You think he will? Yeah,
I think so.
I do too.
I think he does. I think he's going to really struggle with
living on one income with him and Taylor.
Yeah, that's going to be, I don't know if he can do it. Don't know if he can do it.
Okay, well, what you were going to struggle with
ending like that, like ending his career on that note. Now, not everybody ends it on a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But they went south quick.
Yeah, they did.
Real quick.
I agree. That's tough, but I don't think he's got enough in the tank.
Year in him.
I don't think he does.
Mm-mm.
So, all right. And with that, we'll call it a long sports roundup on D4 Sports for episode 82. To bring it home on D4 Sports episode number 82, which we'll have to wait for editing and post, as they say, fix it and post. If we might actually turn this into a video podcast. If you've gotten to see this and that. I can't get my hands into your screen. There it is. For the first time. I'm not sure how you feel about that, but I guess we'll see. But episode 82,
obviously,
we're bringing
I was well prepared.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, the background is fantastic. I have to say, you've really done a number. And me, well, this is my bookshelf, but
you
there
look
it is.
Scholarly.
Well.
Well, it's like the pundits on ESPN that like have all their books that they've never read up on the back.
Right. Well, I mean, I've got my little. You see this little guy right here, my little candle, and whatever else is back there. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to maybe, you have to cultivate. You see my grandson and granddaughter. That's fun.
Yeah,
but
you can kind of see it.
Yeah. We'll have to, we'll have to, we'll figure out this ain't green screen, baby. That's for sure. I'll tell you that much. But we'll have to figure out how to cultivate our backgrounds if we're going to do this. But anyway, last call, the bartender just rang the bell. Last call, which, by the way, we were up at a pub. We were up in Lincoln last weekend, little town 2 hours north of here. Seeing some friends. We went out to dinner, had a nice night, and we stopped at the pub. We actually stayed at this is the old school British pub where they actually have hotel rooms above the pub, like it's an actual guest house. So we stayed there, actually a nice little place called the Prince William up in Lincoln, and we shut the place down. I mean,
that seems pretty easy when your room is above you.
Well, yeah, but we drank. We considerably. We put down a number of rounds.
Were you saying the stairs were a nemesis?
No, I managed the stairs all right.
Okay.
But I didn't last long after the stairs. Let's put it that way. But at any rate, we shut the pub down, and they rang the bell, and they went last call, and we actually didn't go back for one more because we'd had enough. But anyway, whoever it is out there, ding, ding, has rung the bell, and it is time for last call. So, Dustin, I cede the floor to you. What do you have for me for last call, episode 82?
So, in one of their last games, the Houston Texans wore a jersey that was blue, had some red in it. Obviously, those are their colors, right? It said Space City on it, right? Mm-hmm. Did you see the PR and marketing for this?
I did not.
Okay. So, being Houston and NASA being near and being a space city, right?
Houston, we have a problem. Yep.
And Bud Light decided to go in together on a marketing PR scheme.
Okay.
So NASA created this machine robot type thing.
The machine. Nice.
That could open a beer can. Right?
Okay. Nice.
So NASA.
What was that sound, by the way? Oh, okay. Yes. Lovely. Yes.
Most of my drinks are the screw top, so I can't really get that. But what they did is they sent that up into space.
Nice.
And had the first beer opened in space with the Houston Texans jersey, Bud Light, and NASA all together.
Nice.
There you go. And Nick, I know you're a flat earther, so in the
I've been called a lot of things. Not sure
that wasn't one of them.
Not to my knowledge. Maybe.
There's a video, right? But the guy that I watched this on had a still shot. It doesn't look that flat. I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there.
Well, it could be round and flat, so you just saw the disc. That's the thing. People think flat means a square. It doesn't. You could be, circular and flat.
Well, I think the round part was the firmament. And that's a whole nother story.
Please don't.
Oh, but I could.
Couldn't we all? Anyway.
So yeah, nice. What a great PR stunt, man. That's a pretty cool one.
That is good. Yeah. That seems like it takes a lot of coordination, a lot of planning.
And I don't think the Texans had to do anything with it, but they got
but they couldn't just go last minute and be like, oh, let's send this to Mars or wherever they send it to. Not Mars, I guess, but
right.
Space station. Nice. Well, so I've been sitting on this one for a while, and you're an undertaker, right?
I've been called many things, and that is one of them.
Yeah. So the headline on this story was dead Thai, Thai, dead Thai woman found alive in coffin moments before cremation. And I thought to myself, I must. So, all right. So this woman in Thailand, this woman has apparently stopped breathing. She'd been bedridden for 2 years. Her brother thinks she's dead. He takes her to the temple. Now, he had her put in a coffin and drove her 300 miles to Bangkok, which already is a little suspicious, and wanted to donate her organs, but they wouldn't take her because her brother somehow didn't have the relevant paperwork, meaning like a death certificate of some sort. So he takes her to a temple, and they're going to cremate her, and it's going to be live streamed. All right. Which, I know. You tell me where this is going. So anyway,
there's so many things wrong already.
They're getting ready to go, and the officiant hears knocking. And the official quote from the officiant is, "I was a bit surprised." So I asked them to open the coffin, and everyone was startled. For this woman who was alive inside this coffin after her brother had driven her 300 miles to Bangkok to be cremated live on a live stream. So they took her to the hospital, and she was diagnosed with hypoglycemia. I guess she'd gone into a hypoglycemic shock. Her brother thought she had died, took her to be cremated in the temple, and anyway, she's alive, and they asked the brother what he felt about it all. Any idea what he said?
I have no idea.
I am indifferent.
Close family.
And I feel like we have a crime that needs to be investigated.
Maybe so. I hear this story, and you know what I think of?
50 Hours in the Hearse?
Well, that person was actually dead.
Oh, fair. Good to know.
I think of the opening scene of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Bring out your dead.
Oh, I'm not dead yet. You will be soon. I think I'll go for a walk.
There are so many things wrong with that story.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
There's a reason he didn't have a death certificate.
There is a reason.
She wasn't dead.
Let's just face it. There's a lot of question marks. Much like there's a lot of question marks around D4 Sports.
Oh,
people hear this show and they think, what exactly are you talking about? And I agree with that assessment most of the time.
I think the same thing.
And with that, I think we say, good listeners, episode 82 is now officially at an end. And it might be our first video podcast.
Sorry.
And yeah, I don't know.
We got to try something.
I don't know if we celebrate that. I don't know if we apologize for that, but here we are. D4 Sports, Day Drinking with Don and Dustin, episode 82, January 8th, 2026. Landmark date. Might go down in history. It might. Most likely. until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I say to you, D4 out.
D4 Sports is brought to you by Don and Dustin and by our sponsors, Sports and Day Drinking. Special thanks go to Trey Klein for providing the music behind D4 and all our friends and family for supporting us throughout this effort.